KHMER here in game 2 is it's all a style pick as well for HERA, right? He has always valued them higher than other players because he loves to play into scouts and light cav. And man, we've got maps that are definitely more open than the previous ones. And Viper's still got some hills to work with. Some big hills near his berries yet again here. But
and HERA does too.
yeah, HERA does as well.
That gold is hideous, bro. That is disgusting. That main gold.
I feel like, yeah, again, KHMER, probably very easy for HERA to play. But the gold is the last of your concerns if you're going to be going heavy scouts and adjusting. The 2 back wood lines and the back berries could be very helpful for HERA here. If he wants to work with that. I mean, I expect scouts. The weakness of KHMER that people used to abuse is that they would say, okay, you're not going to make a barracks because you don't have to. So I'm going to make a bunch of spears. But then I think HERA would maybe have to switch into archers. So the gold would then actually be a factor for him.
I mean, he could have an issue if Viper were to go heavy on scouts, right? Like I think it was the Vivi against Nikov set we saw where Vivi opened scouts with KHMER, and I think Nikov might have been, I can't remember what he was, but he opened scouts as well, and they had like 9 of them each, right? And then Nikov just decided to YOLO into Vivi's base, and Vivi couldn't do the same thing to Nikov's base. Like, Nikov managed to kill 3 or 4 Vils inside of his base with the scouts because there were no spears in defense. And then Vivi tried to do the same thing after Nikov lost all his army, but Nikov had like 3 spears.
Exactly.
So that's a potential weakness of KHMER, not having that barracks available.
I think the other thing, too, is you don't want to fall into the trap of thinking, oh, I'm KHMER, my villagers can hop inside of houses. Let's not wall. No, you can't play that game.
There.
Yeah, exactly. You can't play that game.
Stay there.
And we've seen HERA and Viper both play that game with the KHMER over the years, but I think people are kind of figuring out now that saving your villagers isn't really the priority. You still need to have lots of army control. And you can tell by HERA's house placement next to his woodline. I know it's a small thing, but he's already thinking about the need for walls, because sometimes players will place the house right by their lumber camp if they're planning on staying open.
What did you think about MBL's approach with the KHMER yesterday? The forward barracks?
Honestly, I really liked it. And
it was good. It was good.
I think he could have had the game if he took a better timing fight with the Pikes and Scorps. I also believe that, and MBL would probably be like, I don't even know this guy's name, but I think like maybe Kongen or Emil, they're these 2 Denmark 2K2 players, might need to be credited for that, because I'd seen MBL get forwarded by KHMER so many times. So that was props to those guys. A little shout out for them. And Viper tries to kill the Vil, and there you see that bonus for the KHMER paying off. And HERA just hops inside the house, and I imagine we'll head back to work here. But
he goes over to the other side to hang out with her friends.
Yeah, I was going to say, is she going to stick around? Because I think maybe you should pull that villager away from the woodline, because Viper will be looking for her.
Viper goes for the mill, and he clicks up 19 population, and it is 18 population up here for HERA as he starts to go for the wall at the back. So he is definitely planning on trying to full wall this base, and even goes for the wall on the right side.
Wow, that's really good scouting from him to have seen this other woodline in the south. And he's gone from playing more, well, I guess he didn't play more open in the previous game. He just had a better map to wall. HERA's going for tons of walls here. Again, he won't have spearmen available, so he's probably thinking, instead of the barracks and spending 175 wood for that, I'll spend less than 175 wood to just full wall my map. I like it. And you would expect
it's going to be a little bit of a stretched eco with 3 villagers walling here, and you're up on 18 pop, even with KHMER. It's going to be a little bit tough.
You want the house, and you want the stable as far as wood is concerned, both of which you can afford, but I think, oh no, he's got the house timing right. You then want the wood upgrade, and you delay the farm upgrade, and HERA, we see him skip horse color pretty frequently, so the timing seems pretty good. Could have a concern here with this Vil with any other Civ, but Viper won't attack that villager on the wall because HERA can hop inside that house.
Get your scout in there. Go back to the woodline. You know HERA is a big stickler for efficiency. He won't want to send that Weakville back to the TC. Maybe you can snipe it.
Interesting, Viper's just now figuring out the amount of walls that HERA's going for. HERA does have a gold behind these walls, by the way. It's next to the woodline, so he might just give up on the main gold.
What an interesting wall off here for Viper as well.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, it actually really creative with the production buildings. It's forcing HERA all the way over to just the berries, where you can keep the spearmen.
What a great job from HERA to figure out how to wall this. Like, now that you look at this, you look at Viper's base, and you're like, what can he do? And Viper just says, I can't really find a way to wall my bases easily because I don't have the woodlines positioned properly. Because Viper's basically got 2, and HERA's got 3. And not to mention, I guess that 4th, which is kind of, it's not expected to be generated next to a player. That is also assisted HERA here.
It's still like, it's pretty hard to do damage to Viper's base, though, if you're HERA.
Yeah.
You're going to need the range to do anything. You're not really going to find any value with the scouts, especially against Lithuanian spearmen. If Viper sees the scouts coming, he'll make another one. And he's got scouts of his own. The woodline can't really be ranged. The gold is now secure.
Mm-hmm. I like what Viper's done here with this woodline. If he tried at this point to just wall, HERA's going to have scouts out, and then he's going to have to quick wall way too much. We know he can do it, but it's just too much focus on that and not enough on eco efficiency. Also, I think additional scouts from both players make sense because Lithuanians will eventually want lots of relics. And we saw HERA versus Winchester have quite a few scouts with Italians, I think it was. And he was able to use those scouts effectively in the attacks. Now that I say it, I think he actually let Vinch get 3 relics, but it didn't matter. HERA with 6 scouts soon, Viper only with 4 and not creating any more. But he's just keeping track of HERA. They're both in the north of the map right now. Like, yeah, what a weird spot.
Such a random spot up here. And I think they're both kind of content with this, right? Viper, you know, he just wants to
HERA's trapped.
And HERA just wants to try and go up to castle. Yeah, he is. And there's a spearman in there.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. HERA can micro his way out of a lot of things, but I don't think he can micro his way out of this one.
So,
oh, boy.
The woodlines help HERA at the start of his own base and hurt him there as he loses 2 scouts. And now Viper's going to be really happy with the fact that he didn't produce as many scouts as HERA did. Good stuff from Viper and a little bit of good fortune for the Snake. I also really like how HERA's walled up in front of the TC because we see players run right by the TC time and time again these days.
That's the thing with KHMER as well. Like I was saying, you can't make spears. Yep. So if the scouts are ever in and your scout numbers aren't at home, you're hiding in the houses and you're staying there for an extended period of time.
Yeah, not what you want to do. So
walling in front is very, very smart. That's how Vivi got burned. There's a little hole in front of the TC. I love the creativity on the way that Viper secured his base against HERA. HERA hasn't come forward with the scouts, to be fair, because Viper's been controlling him, but it's so safe for so few wall investment.
Agreed. Yeah, the concern now is, should he have ventured forward with his spears? I don't think the spears give you any value on the front right now. Maybe one's there so HERA can't come attack you, but Viper's realizing, okay, this is a waste for me. I've done a pretty good job. I just need to make sure I'm defended. And he does have 2 spearmen on the berries waiting. So that's
Viper
fine.
Also has horse color advantage, which we know because HERA's just always delays it. Yeah. Always delays it now.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I feel like Scout builds horse collar is still more than worth it. But HERA was walling a lot, though, so I could see why he might not have wanted to go for it.
18 pop, too.
Viper, okay, he must have been building a house somewhere, and I missed it because he ends up fixing that problem there. And, HERA's going to be a nerd. He's making more scouts. I think the reason HERA's making more scouts is because he was late to gold. So he's like, well, I'm going to have like 1,000 food before I get the gold, so I might as well just make a few more.
At least I trade that time for map control.
Yep.
Yeah. And Viper's going to be up. Really, really solid game from both of them so far. 20 seconds vital TC time from HERA, 26 from Viper. They're keeping that under control. Viper's about to be done with the berries, but his food eco is still looking very nice, and he's just slowly, patiently adding to this wall at the front, and then he can wall at the north. There in between the 2 wood lines when he gets a chance, when HERA's not prowling around with all of these scouts. And I love the fact he's adding more, too, on the way up.
Agreed with that. HERA will click up in a moment. For now, he's trying to punish Viper for not having the army to deal with him and just being annoying. I still always prefer full wall versus no walls here, right? With the players of this caliber, Viper just doesn't have any opportunity to do damage. And HERA, he's going to be on the prowl here. So I think Viper needs really good TC spots eventually.
It makes me nervous when I see 4 scouts from HERA around a TC, around the farm eco, right? We know what he can do. And he's so patient with it, too. Like, he'll pick away at HP, catalog it, that the villager is weak in his mind, then he'll come back 2 minutes later to get it.
Yeah, Viper, his 5 spearmen are not going to be enough once HERA gets upgrades. So you either consider make a few more here, or you're just planning on some knights. HERA scouts come home to deal with Viper scouts. Viper, he does expect that. At this point, you might be a little distracted by HERA's other scouts. You might be thinking about setting up your base to Castle Age, so that's good awareness from Viper. And now you see 1 spearman go down, and that's just so easy for this to happen, for spearmen to just get split up like this. But Viper goes light cav. He goes husbandry. He doesn't go for pikemen because he can't actually afford it. Also drops a monastery, but will he be able to get relics if HERA has this many? As HERA takes an engagement versus 2 spearmen again, and again, the spearmen go down. Amazing play from HERA, but something that Viper should really expect at this stage of the game.
Yep. He really needs to wall that top side, right? He's getting it secured around the front of his TC, and if he gets that top side, he will have some options. He has another woodline to go to, potentially. His farm eco is going to be safe from these soon-to-be light cav coming in from HERA. And HERA is going for that second TC. Viper is forced to invest into more military.
Yeah, and I don't think additional spearmen actually help you. We'll see if I'm right on that. Viper's got to be super careful he doesn't have that gate open at the wrong time, because HERA's looking for it, and that's where Viper's sending new vills. The HERA's just fully walled, and Viper can't do damage, and Viper's just going to have to react. The good news is he's not Dravidians this time. But the bad news is
taking a decent-ish fight. They're getting a lot of HP damage, but HERA taking them all out in exchange for 1 light cap. They got some HP off of those light cap, which is decent.
Viper also protecting a monk, getting a relic right now. HERA doesn't have any knights. So, you know, HERA's going to have to build up towards something more offensive than light cav if Viper's defending with knights.
Yeah.
And Viper drops that town center. I think it's safe to say this map is less than ideal for him, but he's making it work here.
That's a nice TC, honestly. Like, his farmers can drop off there. It's going to protect the gold. It's just the fact that he only has 1 woodline, bro.
Yeah.
He's only got 1 woodline, and he drops the other one on the stone.
And like,
HERA might even see this with the light cap.
Look at all the backwood. Look at all this free space HERA has in the back. Like, this game is so much more difficult for Viper to play right now, but he's making it work again. He's going to drop another TC on the stone. They're all in the same spot.
Seeing the monk. He's almost seeing the monk. Viper saw the light cav and he dodged away from it. And HERA's going to miss that monk, dude. And Viper's going to get a second relic.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, wow. This is sneaky stuff here from Viper. 2 relics is going to make a big difference. And he even saves this vill, maybe? No, it's HERA. He never saves this vill.
That's a good block from HERA. But I mean,
first villager kill of the game.
The TC is going to go up for Viper. He's still got knights around. He's on 2 relics already. And he has his own light cav to kill HERA's monks. So HERA will probably get a relic or 2, but it feels like this relic that's near the ostrich, near the top here, I think that's one that Viper could potentially be favored to get as long as his light cav are on the prowl.
The longer this game goes, the longer I favor, or the more I favor Lithuanians in this matchup. I think they have more options than the KHMER.
Yeah, they have more options. It's just like, I feel like with the raid game, like, think about how HERA likes to set up his base, especially HERA of old. These days, he's a bit more diverse. He wants walls, he wants castles in the corners, he wants safe farms, and he just raids you to death, right? And so Viper's going to have
Viper likes to set up his base, though.
Yeah,
Castle
true.
Safe, slow pushes out, building his eco. It could be like Hammer meets Anvil kind of situation here.
This could be a really long game. I think we will see all the techs for the Lithuanians anyways, like the Halb and the unique tech.
Yeah. 3rd relic, though, dude. And HERA's had 10, 11 light cav, and Viper's getting his 3rd relic.
This could be Viper losing a bunch of monks here in a second. And Viper's just going to try and kill the light cav here. He will lose his monks. HERA sees the next monk, but this relic is going to be Viper's. This is really good for the Viper right now.
Get in the TC, Viper. Get in the... Run faster!
Run! Good stuff. And look at those weak light cap. And HERA could heal them up, but the fact that he has to heal them up means that he will not be active on the map. Don't tell me Viper's going to kill this this monk in the north from HERA. He's got a light cap waiting there.
Oh, he's already killed one, right?
Yeah, it's true. You can see the what's left of his clothes, I guess. I don't know, but
robe.
His robe. Thank you. I was looking for the word. Viper not patrolling that. HERA should get it in the end. So everyone will have the relics collected. 61 villagers for Viper, 64 for HERA. HERA with a little bit more on food. And HERA has now killed 2 villagers, but really good army composition right now for Viper.
This is just classic Viper play, isn't it? Like, distracting the enemy army, grabbing the relics while you can, putting your TCs in the defensive location until your wood runs out. And then by that point, you're probably going to have enough for a castle.
Yep.
Or another TC. And you can go forward and secure some more resources. It's still going to be tough for him, though. I mean, you look at that stone position, the secondary gold there, the wood lines are really rough for him.
He absolutely needs another wood line. I think he maybe wants to go for a forward castle on that gold, Mr. Yo style with knights. But HERA's got monks, and Viper should realize how many monks are out there right then and there, and so he backs away now. Do we see the 4th TC now for Viper?
It is still hideous. Like, he's been taking the secondary gold, and HERA just now makes a mining camp on that. So Viper knows it's potential area for him to pressure. He's got 1K gold in the bank right now, Viper.
I feel like if Viper had a wood line near that TC in the north that he's placing, everything's good, right? Mm-hmm. But still the fact that his only area he's getting wood is about to be overchopped could catch up with him.
Yeah.
Might even see a 5th TC.
We might even see hill forts.
Yeah, true. It's worth it. It's an underrated tech, man. It really is.
Yeah, but the problem is that, like, if it's only really useful against mangonel pushes.
Yeah.
And if you're getting pushed by mangonels, you already have a defensive castle to get hill forts.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
So that's the issue with it.
And then it's like, why? I should just go imp instead of spending however many resources it is.
Or make Lattice and go get the mangonels.
I actually think it's
in the north
very useful against early imp Arbalest. Mm-hmm. Because Arbs, are so oppressive. But then again, you're Lithuanians and you have great skirms. So it's like a little tricky. Here we go, HERA. HERA might go forward castle here, now that I think about it. He's got pikes, he's got monks. Love how he's got the pikes next to the monks, but that is not enough pikemen to protect 7 monks.
I don't know. If he sees Viper on that stone with so many villagers, I don't know if you can justify forward castle here, dude. Like, your opponent's just going to drop another one, and HERA's going to see that castle right there.
Uh-oh.
Viper's got a ton of knights, a ton of light cav.
Oh, God. This could be disastrous for Viper. He'll get, like, 1 conversion. He could lose a lot of knights here. His castle might not go up.
There's 3 monks in the TC for Viper, so he's going to get some conversions back. The light cav have cleared up the monks from HERA. The knights are now clearing them up on the other side. The light cav from HERA is still patrolling at the backside of Viper's castle, but he's losing more knights, and he's not building that castle. He will go for a gate on the other side. There is only 1 monk left over. He's building himself a nice little area here to complete the castle. Is there a hole? The villagers get off of the wall. Okay, he's making it.
That was the best case scenario for HERA. His pikemen get trades on knights, his monks convert the knights, and then he pushed back all the monks from the Viper.
Oh,
and
Viper!
this is so bad. He's had so much work to do. Viper's done such a good job to get here, but the losses he's taking, he's lost 20 villagers thus far.
He needs to quick wall that 1 villager. He's not going to.
No.
The castle is at 95%. He's at 88 vills versus 94, so it's still not the worst villager difference ever. And he's going to clear up this army with the TC. You could have avoided that. If you just, like, even after the bad fight, if you just complete that gate wall and don't let the knights come in from the other side, castle goes up and you avoid losing 10 vills.
Yeah, it's just so tricky, right? Because you're expecting to take a better fight, right? All those things are happening really quick, and the game is just cruise control from here for HERA. Viper has very little army comp to work with. Viper just finished the castle to stabilize his position. His eco balance is crazy. He's got like 20 or so on stone. Still has wood problems as he goes to seed farms. And HERA, on the way to the Imperial Age now, will be in a position to make trebs with his castle. I'm really concerned for Viper here. I don't see what he can really do over the next couple minutes.
He knows he needs to get up. He knows he needs to get up. He's idling his TC and villagers being produced still from HERA, as HERA will open Halb. And Viper, he just doesn't have the eco for a tech switch right now.
Yeah.
Although he does have 41 on farms now.
Which is pretty crazy to me. He's genuinely going to... He's not able to go for his own pikes, right? He's not going to have the resources to really add archer ranges. And like the university and whatnot. So it feels like his best unit is probably just Latest, but he's up against pikes, right?
Also, if he loses that wood line that's really exposed, he's only going to have like a tiny nub of wood line. He just explored at the back of the corner of the map with a mug.
And he's got no wood. Yeah.
Figure out if there's a wood line back there, and there isn't.
His map generations have been a bit brutal for Viper, but HERA has taken advantage of every single positive that he could. He's turned a lot into positives, I think is the fair way to say it. And he's going to go double castle there. He won't have 2 castles for quite a bit, but he will have the first Treb out. And I think we see Halb from HERA, which is obvious at this point. And I'm kind of surprised he's making knights. Honestly, I would just go straight to Hussar. You don't need to have a lot on gold to raid Viper to death here. Cavalier with the KHMER.
Cavalier coming in.
Dang.
And he sold how much stone? He sold 500 stone.
Whoa.
What?
I guess to get upgrades. He really wants Halb.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
but do you need Cavalier before Halb? It feels like Halb opens first.
I'm not sure that the second castle from HERA is all that good for him. I feel like you're already going to have the edge against Viper's castle with Trebs. You got to protect that main gold. Like, I guess you can have army to protect that main gold, but that is looking really open right now for HERA. He's got to be careful.
In. Villager difference still only about 14 right now.
Which is crazy.
The knights are coming in from HERA, and we don't even have fletching from Viper, so that castle, well, it looks like he can defend it. Actually didn't do any damage whatsoever, and the knights are going to be really annoying at the back. But and the main gold, an engagement here, Halb is in, but Latest are pretty strong, and they're taking out the Halbs. They're going to be taking out the Vills, and HERA needs to leave that main gold. You talked about it. Maybe selling the 500 stone there wasn't the best idea ever. At
the same time, HERA's Cavalier getting some value, but Viper will put a stop to it after losing some Vills there. That's actually the first time in the series that Viper's killed villagers from HERA, by the way. He's killed 2 villagers on that gold. He didn't kill any in game 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Chemistry on the way for Viper. He's walling off his Trebs here with some gates. It's the second time there's been a gate wall at this particular area of the map, and it's the second time that HERA is just going to run right around it.
Yep. You have no army to protect it if you're Viper. You've been pulled out of position so many times. HERA's had all the momentum ever since that fight. Even in early Castle Age, it just felt like we were always saying Viper has to defend this, Viper has to do that. There was never anything that HERA really had to do difficult at home. And he sniped the 1 Treb, and now Viper's castle's going to go down. And HERA's got more Halbs on the field than Viper. He's got more raiding units on the field than Viper, and he's got the better economy. Viper's in big trouble right now, Dave.
Viper is just trying to mass Halbs. He's getting his upgrades. He's going for more barracks. He's at 122 vills, but now he's housed because he lost that castle.
Yep.
There is no forces at the back of HERA's base raiding, just 1 Latest there from Viper that's going to get cleared up, and he's still... I mean, he's stuck in the corner with very limited wood access, gold access, farms.
TC will go down for Viper. His relics are right behind this. It's one of the only positives he really has right now. HERA is ahead with many of the blacksmith upgrades. He's getting iron casting, or sorry, not iron casting, blast furnace right now. And I think this is it for the Snake. And I think he needs a mental reset after this. Like, he was absolutely unfortunate with the maps in the first 2 games. But that fight is going to be a bit frustrating for him because he could have taken a better engagement. He could have had his castle up and he wouldn't have lost the 17 villagers he did. It's going to be a long final regardless because it's a best of 9. But it has been all HERA so far in these finals.
And there go the relics for Viper. He's still got a ton of gold and he's going for another castle in the north. But he's 20 plus villagers behind. HERA's got Cavalier, he's got Halb, he's got the Trebs, he's got castle positions. He's got reinforcements. He's got everything.
Yep. It seems inevitable from here. And we knew it would be close. A lot of people are leaning a little bit more towards HERA based on the shape that he had in the previous sets. And, you know, you then see the 2-0 scoreline. You begin to worry a little bit for Viper here, man. He's going to fight on, as he absolutely should at 140 pop. But I don't see a win condition from here. He won't have relics. And he doesn't have... If we're just comparing the Halb numbers, you know, he's already behind in that regard.
He's buying wood now and buying food.
Just to maybe drop more barracks as he loses some, make a few more helps.
What's the win condition here for Viper?
I think you just you try and simmer down your mind a little bit in these moments, and you think about the stakes of the situation and realize you got to have the belief in yourself that you can come back. He's come back many times before, so I do think Viper knows it's over right now. He's got no way to come back in this one.
He's grabbing the relics though, Tristan.
Woo!
He's snagging the relics, and HERA is going in for snipes. Viper is there with the Halbs, and HERA's going to kill the monk before it gets the relics back. But Viper, of course, he's got another monk on the way. And that one's going to die, too. No, it doesn't.
Oh, the Cav sees it, though. They're both fighting over these relics.
Oh, man.
And HERA could click the Hussar upgrade in a second. He's still going for Cavalier. I wouldn't even mind to see Ballista Elephants at this point. You have 3 castles on the front. Ballista Elephants would... You don't need it, but it would absolutely work. And he might do it, actually. He's getting Siege Engineers. That's actually for his trebs.
That could be for his trebs. Yeah, Viper calls the GG. HERA taking that game, and it all came down to that one fight, right? I thought they played really well before that. I think Viper managed his map really well and very patiently. But then... going for that castle, taking that bad fight, and then even when HERA was distracted on the right side, Viper was still in the TC. He was microing down the monks on the other side. He should have been building the castle during that. Obviously, it's easy for me to say. He's got a million things to do. And then he goes for the gate walls, and he doesn't wall behind. So HERA just runs right around the gates very smartly, and Viper is suddenly behind by like 15 mils after that one.
And you know, it's one of those things where... it's the worst possible fight for Viper. He had Light Cav, he had Knights, he had Monks, but then his Knights got converted, his Monks died at Light Cav, and then of course he didn't have Pikemen there, I guess, as well. So it's just unfortunate timing. We don't know because we weren't seeing his point of view, but if I had to guess, he might have been adding some farms in that moment. Figured my castle's already on the way up. I'll just look back there in half a second. He might have been looking for a wood line desperately in that moment as he ended the game with like 42 on wood to the north. We don't know, but we do know HERA was taking the initiative. And even though HERA could have had some problems against the pikemen, he again showed, like, you know, if you're going to go pike or spears like Viper did, it's just not going to work well against all-in scout play. The only way that pikemen are really effective against a player like HERA is if you're pushing with it as well. And maybe Viper needed to do a little bit more to do that because of HERA's very exposed main gold. I mean, HERA didn't even need to castle that in the end. And it was no problem for him to just work with the other golds and, you know, just pick off villagers from Viper nonstop.